Let us know if you have something to say, Kyle.
Okay, all right, we will officially get started.
Oh, sound like someone just flushed a toilet.
That was loud. Hi, you guys. My name is Elisa Gret, and I'm an advisor with H2O at Home. I've been with the company. I just had my 9-year anniversary. So there's really not much you can't ask that either I don't know the answer to, or I can definitely find out and chat with another friend that does this with me. The company started, gosh, it's maybe been 12 years in the US. It's not very long before I joined, and it's been over 20 years in Europe. They are European based, which I actually do appreciate because the standards are much higher of what they allow in their, my cats are all of a sudden have to be in here running around.
I see them.
Summer. But they're very, they have a higher standard of what they allow in their products. A lot of times, when you go to buy something from a store and it says all natural, organic, any of those things on a bottle, they're actually not required to list ingredients. They're not required to prove that the products are natural. There's basically no FDA for cleaning supplies. Like there's just nobody monitoring what people can say. So when you guys go to the store and you're buying the stuff on the counter, a lot of times there's a website, it's like EWG or something like that, that you can actually look up, and it shows how the rating is on these products. So one product from like Myers per se might have an A, but then 5 of their next products all have rated Fs. So there's just not a consistency. Our company, our products are third-party certified, which means it's not just me saying they're fabulous. We actually go through an independent company. There's like 3 or 4, and I will list that down below too, under the recording. But we list all the ingredients, and you guys trust me, when I look at it, it's in English and then in French. Sometimes I'm like, what is that? And some of the words are Latin derived. So if there's ever a word that you're like, what exactly is this? It's really cool. I can be able to tell you. Most of the times it's a plant-based word that that's the Latin. So I just love that all the ingredients are listed. They're proven safe, truly natural. Most of the stuff when you're buying at the store, they're not always the safest. So our company started with the cloths, and I know we were just chatting about what the cloths do and all the good stuff, and what are all these cloths for? So I'm going to jump in here. This set here is a 3-pack. It's called the variety set. You can buy them all individual, and that's how I think, somebody else was talking. They started just with one cloth and they added some. You get a discount when you buy them together. They come in other colors, so whatever color scheme you like, but ask the girls, it's a commitment, because I know I have my cloths from when I started over 9 years ago. I'm still using the same ones. So this isn't something you buy and then toss. Like whatever color you get, you're going to have for a very long time. So out of these 3 cloths, there's 3 in here. This one here is the heavy duty. And if you notice that grip, that material in there, it's very tight. It's a knit. This one here removes 99.99% of bacteria. Sorry, I choked for a second. And this is what I use for wiping surfaces. This is what I use for cleaning cat vomit, like if the cat throws up, this is what I grab. This is usually my replacement for paper towels. I love this cloth. I use it for all my gross jobs, and it's lasted me for years and years and years. So that is the heavy duty. This one here is the multi-surface that's got the waffle on there. And this one here is what I use for general wiping down surfaces, but also I like this one for dusting. That waffle texture, it's just great for going around dusting. I don't use end dust. I don't use pledge. You do not need any of that. So just skip the sprays. Just use either dry or slightly wet. This one here is my favorite one. This is what I use for, if you notice, it's very, very flat. This is what I use for anything shiny. So mirrors, televisions, glass cabinets, French doors, the glass French doors, sliding doors, just water, no Windex, nothing whatsoever. And when I do this, I'm going to show you how. I lightly dampen it, and then I wring it out, and then I fold it in squares. And you really, really want to wring this out. Have you ever taken a shower and when you come out, you kind of wipe off the mirror real quick and it just drips? So you really want it to be wrung out really, really well. So then when I go to use this, I do it in an S-shaped motion. And the reason for that is if you're cleaning and you're just scrubbing back and forth like this, you just smear bacteria everywhere. Doing an S-shaped motion, it actually pulls it all down towards you into one place. And as this gets dirty, I then just flip it to a new side. And I can do an entire glass door that has dog marks on there, kid boogers. Guys always tend to rest their forehead to look out the window. I can get all that off with no index, just right. Well, that's what I'm assuming. I have lots of those marks where my husband's like, "Who's outside? Who's on my lawn?" And he's resting his greasy forehead on there. So all that comes off, and I just keep folding and folding and folding until eventually this whole thing is just going to be gross and dirty. Okay. I'll get to how to clean them in just a second. So just to kind of review, the heavy duty is what I use for all my gross, wiping mud off my shoes, grease off the hood of the stove, cleaning up the cat vomit. The multi-surface, the waffly one, you can use it for wiping down surfaces, but also it's just what I use for dusting. And then the glass cloth, electronics, you can wipe down your televisions, TVs, mirrors, sliding glass doors, all that. No Windex, just water. Just water. So the difference is the cloths are a really high quality. They're not the same microfibers that you go and you get from Costco in a big pack and then you have them for a month. Like I said, mine are still going strong 9 years from it. They've been going out strong for 9 years. And this basically does most of the house. There are a couple cloths I want to mention. This is brand new. This is called the multi-duty. I know people are like, this is the heavy duty, this is the multi-duty. And they're like, they look the same. They kind of do over the screen, but this one is thinner. And this one is a plush more of a multi-duty cloth because this is the one we got tested during COVID. It actually removes 99.999% of bacteria. And if you guys are watching any of the commercials when they're talking about the Lysol and the door sprays and the counter sprays and all that, it's usually 99.9, and those extra nines do make a difference for removing it from the surface. You're just using water. You do not need any other sprays, nothing. So at my house, every day, this is what I'm using to wipe everything down. Okay, the difference though, is I had, especially when COVID first started, we had a leaky washer. This guy came over. I don't know who the heck he is, where he came from. So it kind of was like, I know how well this removes, but I feel better killing stuff, right? So that's where the all-purpose spray, the all-purpose cleaner is what I recommend. This is our sanitizer. You can use it alongside with these. You're already getting all the stuff off with the cloth already, okay? But this is a spray form. This has a slight mint fragrance. The first time you buy it, it now comes, it used to come just like this, but now it comes with the bottle and 3 refills. And this was really important because people were just buying this over and over again, not realizing you could redo the bottle. So when this is empty, you just snip the corner, pour it in, fill it full of water, give it a good shake, okay? This whole thing here will last. I mean, it's plastic. It will last you for years and years and years. Just last, well, maybe 6 months ago, I gave my bottle away that I had since the beginning just because somebody needed an empty bottle. I love this. So at my house during normal times, this is what I would use like around the base of the toilet because we were doing Airbnb and we had a lot of guys basically making a mess in the bathroom. So this is what I would spray around the base of the toilet. And it, like I said, the mint fragrance is really good for the urine smells, things like that. It also does a really good job of cutting the grease. So in the kitchen, you can use this around there, but for me, really, I just use the cloth because it does such a good job on its own. So this is just for like the areas just want a little extra oomph. So love this all-purpose spray.
Okay, question.
Yes.
You're using the rag and the cloth and human pee or dog pee. Then I want to wipe down my kitchen. Now you have one for, I mean, how do you clean the rag to?
Perfect. Okay, great question. So 2 things on that. Usually when I'm cleaning, I start with the cleaner areas first,
okay,
and then I work into the dirtier areas. So I will start like in the living room, then I move into the kitchen, then I move into the bathroom. I've been doing this long enough. I have extra cloths. So like some people like to do certain colored cloths.
Yeah.
They're like, this is the bathroom, this is the kitchen. I always thought that was kind of silly until the first time my best friend, they got the flu really bad. And she was like, we need different cloths. Like it was a dangerous situation. So that's what I do. And I like, I said, start in the cleanest area, work my way off. So by the time I get to the bathroom, the cloth is getting kind of gross, but I'm just cleaning bathroom. So there is 2 ways for cleaning the cloths. One would be, say I just sprayed down, I wiped down the toilet, all that with the cloth. I would go to the sink. I like to rinse it one more time just in case there's hair or something weird on it. And then you can throw it in a netted bag. We all probably have these. I love our netted bags are great. What's really great about them is they have a 2-year warranty. So if the zipper or anything busts, please take a picture of it, send it to me, and they will just mail you out a new one if it's in the 2-year warranty. Okay. So throw it in here. You do not want to use bleach. Bleach is garbage. It ruins everything. It makes stuff not very effective. You don't want to use fabric softener. Fabric softener is garbage. It ruins everything. It damages your dryer. It coats your clothes. It makes them not effective. If you cannot get away from fabric softener and that's the love of your life, just avoid it when you wash the cloths. And then just skip the dryer. If it goes in the dryer a couple times, it's not the end of the world, but heat is not microfiber's best friend. And usually that's the place people have used dryer sheets. And so even if you don't put a dryer sheet in that load, it's still in there. So just avoid bleach, fabric softener, and dryer. The nice thing about it being in a netted bag, even my kid, when he's switching the laundry, he grabs this and he goes, oh, he knows this can't go in there. We have 2 different sizes on the nets. This larger one I really like for the cloths and for my kitchen towels that are also got microfiber in them. And then we have a smaller one, which is my favorite for masks. I can put 2 masks in there at a time. So that's one way, is to put them just directly in the wash machine. Personally, the best way I feel is the Netapure bar. I know Lisa and Patty both have this. Netapure bar is it's saved me so many times on stuff, because not only is it how I clean my cloths, but it's also a stain remover. So I've gotten off blood, wine, grease, vomit, pet stains. I could go on and on, how many hair dye, all that stuff with this. So I use this also on my clothing. I literally, especially if I'm working from home that day and I get a little something here, I literally will go to the sink, put this on there, oops, and throw it. And I just rub it in, and then I'll just kind of rinse it, and I just let it air dry. And that's how I roll lately, working from home. The way you wash them is, let's say you went and just cleaned up a bunch of cat vomit. Okay, you got it in here. Then I just go to the sink garbage, dump it out, turn on the hot water, take the bar and just swipe it across there like this, and then agitate like this. If there's a stain, you just want to repeat, rinse it, wring it out, let it air dry. And it dries so fast that usually the next day when I come down, it's pretty much dry. And then I keep my stuff either in a drawer in the kitchen or in a little basket in the back room. So the Netapure bar, the reason I like the Netapure bar the best is because it gets out the stains. I have a friend, I'm going to show you a facial cloth in a little bit, but she would wash her face with our facial cloth and just threw it in the washer and dryer. And the cloth was gross looking. It was clean. It was workable. It worked great, but it just didn't look pretty. If you're going to have it for 9 years, you don't want something that's covered. You know, like you have your old favorite t-shirt and you got the oil stains on the belly. This keeps you from having the oil stains on the belly. You want your cloths to look nice for a long time.
Did that soap used to be kind of brown?
And there is a dark brown one that we have. It's called a workshop soap. It's made for fish when you're cooking with salmon and garlic, or if you're working out in the garden. It's a hand wash soap, and it's got black dots in it. It's great.
I'm gonna go get it, because I looked in the cupboard and I'm gonna get it.
It might be because they had a while where it was like the free gift, and so everybody got one. This one though, it comes a little lighter color. It's just when it gets in the oxygen, it kind of turns a little yellow.
What's it called?
This is Netapure, Netapure. Tepur. And what's really cool is if you, oh, hold on a second. There's a big spider. I can see it like right there.
You don't have a cloth for that?
I know. So I'm like, come and get that for me.
Get your stick. Get your big spider stick. So funny.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's funny because we just brought in all of our Halloween decorations and they're all in this room. I'm surrounded by Frankensteins and Draculas. And so I think that's where the spider's from. Okay. All right. Whew. Okay. Netapure. So what's really cool is when you spend $100, you automatically get your choice of 2 free gifts. And if you spend over 200, you get 1 choice out of 4 gifts. And one of the gifts for the $100 level is a free Netapure bar and a plastic soap case, which is pretty cool. So if you are like thinking of things that you want to get anyway, and this is on your list, it's nice to be able to get it for free, which is a total perk. This bar lasts for months. You're going to have it for a really long time, a year, depending on how often you're,
Especially if you're not using it correctly.
I know, because you should be using it all the time. I recommend to people to have one of these at every sink. So my mudroom sink, my bathroom sink, in my kitchen, I have a little vintage gravy boat. And so it looks really cute because it's just sitting there in this little, like it's not sitting there like a bar of soap that people would use for their hands, and then I have like a vintage travel one, if you're ever at an antique shop, it's so cute. But if you spend 100, you'll get the bar for free plus the little plastic carrying case. Okay, that's how I recommend. So always have a netted bag in case you need to throw it in the wash machine. And then you want to have your bar for when you're hand washing. Okay, so when you are buying those cloths, like I said, you can get them in a 3-pack. And then there's the variety set. And then they also have an expert kit, I believe it's called, that has the precision glass, which is what we use for stainless and things like that. And then it comes with 2 of those multi-duties. So if you really want to stock up on the 99.999% cloth, this is really what this is a good.
What do you get with this one now?
This one, the expert kit, comes with the precision cloth, which is made for like stainless steel and for like super like a precision cloth. So I use the glass cloth for just wiping down everything and it looks fine. It's sparkly. It looks wonderful. But if you have something you really want it to be fancy afterwards and sparkle, you would do that. Or it's good for stainless appliances.
How about sterling silver?
Well, for all my silver, that's where the clay comes in.
Okay.
And that's what Patty's going to talk about in a second. But this is just a good way to get these at a discount. This is the expert kit, has extra multi-duties, and then the variety set has the 3 main cloths. Okay. That's how I would do that. Okay, so let's jump in to the all-purpose wipe. He's behind the picture frame. He's looking for the spider. It's now behind the frame. Yes. He says it's a fly. It was pretty big. I do not think it's a fly. Okay, that's cracking me up. So for those of you watching a recording, I apologize.
Now, is this recording?
Yes.
Yeah.
My daughter's coming up tomorrow from Portland and she's a real freak about germs. So I'd like her to see this.
Yes. Hopefully that makes sense.
Comment
well,
too.
Tell me how to do it when you're done.
Yes. And I love the people from Portland. Those are usually my people because they usually understand the natural stuff.
She's a nurse practitioner and she's just
even better. And thank you so much for having her be in the nursing field. I know that's really hard. Okay, so with the cleaning, the cloth, like I said, is doing my regular surfaces, my dusting, my windows, all that. But for all your heavy duty cleaning, Patty's going to share with you the clay.
Yeah. How am I going to share that?
What do you use it on?
I use it on the shower stall, the bathtub. I use it on hard water stains too. I have a glass shower. What do you Door. Those sliding things. So I don't know if I'm using it correctly, but I use the window chiffonette on the windows and the mirrors and things like that. But my dog's nose prints sometimes don't come off with just that. So I put the clay on the window too, where the dog nose has been. And yeah, that's how I use that. Sometimes if there's extra heavy duty stuff on the glass stove top, sometimes I use it there, but not often. It's multi-purpose, right?
Now, what would you use on a Corning, a stove that has that Corning and it's black and it gets dirty all the time? Would you just
You're going to use the clay. So the clay is for any hard surface. So Patty, I do want to tell you for your dog window, I would just wipe it down with the heavy duty to get the chunk of mugs, the chunks of mud off, and then do the glass cloth if it's really dirty.
I've never
used to plot the clay.
And that heavy duty one, that's what I used to dust. I'm doing it all wrong.
No, you're fine.
These refreshers are so helpful.
They are, and I'm so glad to see you guys too. So all the hard surfaces like your shower doors, your tubs, your sinks, your vintage silver, especially during the holidays. I'm a big fan of pull that stuff out, use it. Your family, your parents, grandparents didn't want all that stuff being up in the cupboard. I really love it for stainless, and you literally don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to wear gloves. You just wipe on and off. So the way this works is when you get it, it's going to have a sponge inside. Keep this. My mom tossed it the first time because she kept thinking that was packing material. I'm like, no, you need that. Then there's a little piece of paper. You're going to pull that off. Okay. You wet the sponge. You wring it out. If there's too much water, it makes the clay too soft. Okay. Then you're going to just swipe a little bit of clay, about this much on here. Then you squeeze it and it gets all sudsy. Okay. And then you clean. The first time you guys get it, clean just half of your sink. You will literally just be so amazed because if it's a white sink, it gets all the brown marks at the bottom from my coffee, the marks on the edge from your pan, when you're rubbing the pan along the edge. It used to be, I would have this huge thing I would do where I soaked it with bleach and did this whole big sink and had done it all day. And I took a toothbrush. I mean, it was just ridiculous. I can just get it all off here this way. Stainless, especially, it is amazing because it takes off all the gray, the dullness, and it just makes it sparkle and shine. And literally you can take your hand and run it across where you just cleaned, and it's literally lickable, and then just feel the other side. Even if it feels like it looks like it's clean, it won't feel that way. It just is gorgeous.
Now,
so
which rag do you use for that?
So when you buy the clay, you can buy it by itself for $30. This lasts you, usually people buy 1 or 2 a year, depending how often you're using it. When you buy this, for those of you who are been with H2O for a while, it used to come with the heavy duty and now comes with the multi-duty. So now you're going to come with this, and this is it's $10 more for the set. Totally worth it because this cloth alone is $17. So you just get the kit, the clay kit. So you're going to clean it, clean. If I'm in the shower or if I'm just in the sink, I'm just doing this. Like this is technically how I clean. I just splash water, it rinses it all. It's fine. But when I want to remove it all, this is what I'll do to make it flawless. Okay. So on your stovetop, Lisa, of course, has a beautiful fancy, she's got the more complicated pieces. You have to take it all apart. We've all seen that probably. But a lot of people have the flat top. Like when you look at it at an angle and you can see the wipe marks, you can see all the lines where you wiped it. Literally, this will make it flawless. There won't be a wipe mark. There won't be a smudge. There won't be a fingerprint. It's just beautiful. So clay it first and then wipe it all down here. And then you're going to just really quickly wash your cloth, let it air dry. It's ready for tomorrow. Okay, thank you. And it was not a fly, it was a big spider. So I knew I can spot a spider from across the room. He goes, but there was a fly too, whatever. Anyways, I love this clay. I love this clay. I can use it pretty much on anything. I mean, I'm talking like the wheels of your car, the headlights, outdoor patio furniture, the railing, the Trex deck on my railing. Gosh, what have you used it on? What have you used it on, Lisa? Shoes, your tennis shoes, the whites of your tennies. Gosh, I could go on and on and on. It's really been a lifesaver. I use a lot. So with your cloths, your variety set and your clay kit, you can like conquer the world. You literally could go visit your kids and do pretty much any cleaning job, and this would be it. Okay, so there are a couple things though that are extra perks, extra things that help that you're going to want to use. The all-purpose glove is one of them. This is one of, I know, Lisa's like, yay. This here, it looks nice and soft. There's a little crease right here, kind of like a little Spock holder to give you a little more control. But it's not soft when you touch it. It's almost like a cat's tongue, like a little pokey. I dampen this, wring it out really well, so there's not a lot of water in it. Oh my gosh, let's see. What do I not use it on? The walls. When the dog walks in, I've cleaned a gal's house she had a farm, and the dogs would be out in the field, then they'd come in the house and they just rub along the wall. And there's just this one spot in the hallway. This would get that off. Light switches, dinginess on the cabinets. Right now, if you guys, when we're done, go into the kitchen and just look around for a second, you'll notice like splatters of who knows what on the ceiling, around the stove, on the wall, on the cupboards, all that. You can get all that off just with water. If I'm doing anything that's textile, my microfiber chairs, my velvet couch, my carpet, I can use just water, but if there's a stain, I just take that Netapure and I rub it on here like this. So now there's some Netapure on here, and then I can scrub and get out stains. So I've gotten out blood from a chair, cat vomit. I've gotten out old soda. Like I was at a gal's house one time and the kid spilt soda and didn't tell his mom all over the microfiber. Coffee stains, wine. We were at a birthday party one time and someone spilt their wine. I'm like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. I actually left it for a month because I wanted to videotape cleaning it up. So I love this. What?
That's what I'm doing. I'm waiting.
Yeah, I'm just waiting.
Clean my garbage can for Kim.
Well, it's true. And we got that ruggable. I don't know if you guys have seen the ruggable pads. They're supposed to be washable, but the one we got is so big. I'm like, I don't think this is going to fit in the washing machine. So I literally have been waiting for all the stains to kind of just stack up. And then before Thanksgiving, I'll just go in there and do them all at once. I love this glove. I use it outdoor on my railings, my patio furniture, the barbecue. It really does a good job. It will not stay white. So don't be sad. And then afterwards, either I throw it in the washer or I just wash it with the Netapure bar. Something that's brand new, this catalog, which I'm so excited about, the all-purpose pad. So this is brand new. This has a soft plush side on one side, which is great for more delicate areas. Then the other side is pokey. It's hard to see here. For those of you who have the mop, it's like the worker mop head with pokes on it. Can you hear that? It's pokey. So this is great for heavy duty scrubbing. If you're cleaning your shower doors and maybe you just, I've lost a lot of muscle, or maybe you have arthritis and you don't want to scrub really hard on the shower doors, you can just take this and put it directly on the clay and use this for scrubbing the walls and things with the clay. This will help it just come off with butter on that residue. Carpet stains, indoor, outdoors. This is really, I love this. It's a new version. Some people prefer the glove. So really they're both great, but this one's a step up. All-purpose pad.
I have a white glove and a gray glove.
You know, you have a very soft dusting mitt for dusting is what you have. It's a micro. Oh, you might for cars. We do have a car. Yeah, we have a vehicle kit.
Yeah.
It's similar to this, but it just is gray because you're going to use it for washing cars.
I thought it was pokier.
Yeah, no, nope, nope, it doesn't. This is clearly, I mean, it's
the white one.
It's like
Like
I
the mop.
mean it, but I don't like the sound of it.
Like the mop.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's something new that this all-purpose pad is something that you can use too, which is really cool. So I'm going to jump real quick to kitchen because that's kind of a great thing. We're going to be using a lot for the holidays coming up. We're going to be in the kitchen, even if we're doing more intimate get-togethers. So I want to talk to you about our dish soap. We have two different fragrances. This is mint and exotic verbena, and then we have an orange blossom. The orange blossom, though, is more French, is more it's more of the blossom versus the orange. So it smells more of a flower. So it's, and here in the US, we're like, orange blossom smells like oranges. Orange blossom smells like a flower. So those are the two different choices. This is very concentrated. You don't need very much. Average family, 4 or 5. This is going to last you maybe 2/3 of the year. You don't need very much. I use this because it's so pretty, and I like the how easy it works. I use it for washing my hands too. When you get it, I
What's the
recommend.
first one again? Sorry, not
You're
the
fine.
orange.
Mint.
You're right. Mint and exotic verbena. And this fragrance comes in a larger bottle and a smaller bottle, which is great for either in the bathroom as a hand soap or RV, traveling, camping, things like that. Very concentrated. And then I recommend getting, please get a pump. This is like $3 or $4. And then there's a stainless looking one that's like $8 maybe. 2-year warranty, lasts forever. When it comes in there, it's going to curve. Do not cut it. It's meant to do that. And then it just makes it, because this is kind of heavy and you want to be able to just squirt. Okay, so this is how we do dishes is a little different, because usually people buy Dawn, Joy, Palmolive, all that kind of stuff. They have a ton of chemicals in there that it's great that it takes the grease off the birds when they're stuck in the mud pits, but it's not actually the safest for dishes, which is kind of funny because we eat off those dishes. So this is truly a natural soap. When you are doing your dishes and you're throwing in the soap and it's got tons of bubbles, it's just chemicals. It's just chemicals they've added to make bubbles. Bubbles don't actually clean anything, your dishes, nothing. That's not actually what the bubbles, cleaning bubbles is not a thing. So when you go to use our stuff, don't freak out if there's not a ton of bubbles. It's not meant to do that. The way I do dishes now is I use our dish brush, which I love. I've had it for years, 5 years or so. The dish brush, which is crazy, because I used to go to IKEA and get like a pack of 3.
Yeah.
No, I just got the one. And then when I go to do the dishes, I will just put maybe this much water in the sink, maybe. And then I just use the dish soap and pump it onto whatever sponge I'm using. And then I just squeeze it, get it kind of sudsy, and do the dishes. That's what I do now. And that it makes the soap last a lot longer. You're using less water. You do not have to throw everything into the sink. For our sponges, they have changed. For those of you who are familiar with H2O at Home, we used to have a traditional sponge. It lasts for years. It was great. But Home Office really wants to eliminate our use for plastic where we don't need it. Obviously we need it here, but we don't need it in here. So they actually have gotten rid of our traditional sponge, and we now have the Scrubettes. So the Scrubette has the heavy duty on one side, which still remove bacteria from the surface. This side is a little pokey, not as pokey as this, but it's a little pokey. This won't scratch damage surfaces, but it's great for like dried cranberry sauce on China. Okay. This one is great. It is wonderful, but I always felt like I was always folding it in half. So this is brand new. They now have a smaller size, which I feel is a little better, especially for wine glasses, things like that. I love this cloth. It now comes in olive or the grayish purple. You can mix and match. Same color, but you can mix and match sizes, which is great. And then the other sponge in our set, everybody loves this. This is everybody's favorite. It's the Scouring Sponge. Same thing. They've changed the inside. They removed any of the plastic type insert, and it's a different material in there. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is the dumbest thing to be excited about, but use it on the barbecue. It gets all the grill off. Use with your cast iron. This is what I use. The coolest thing is I've had mine for like 4 or 5 years. So these aren't things that you buy that you are getting rid of every month. These will not smell, especially if you're using our stuff because palm olive and them have other chemicals in there that makes your stuff smell. So if you've ever had a smelly sponge, it's the material is cheap in the sponge, and then the chemicals that are in the dish soap is what usually causes that. Okay, so with the kitchen, we also have dishwashing powder too, which I also love. That's another option if you're not just for hand washing dishes. So with our kitchen towels, we have the prettiest towels. Lisa will tell you they're not pot holders. so don't use these as pot holders. I think, didn't your husband ruin one, or he was doing something?
Well, it melted a little bit, but I mean, I still use it.
Yeah, it's a microfiber. It doesn't like the heat. So it's not, that's the only downside. It's not a pot holder, but these towels are gorgeous. This one is the luxury. See her, the waffle on here, the edges. She's a little oversized, beautiful colors. The essential one has got more of a rib look to it and piping on the edges, tiny, smaller. I tell people, go by the color you love. I have had my same kitchen towels since I started 9 years ago. So it's like a commitment. So you really want to pick a beautiful color. I like the grays because it complements everything. We have some new colors this year. These are just the pretty, it's hard to show on the camera because of my lighting, but this sage green is just gorgeous. The yellow is very actually subtle. The red is got a little more blue to it this year. It's less bright. But these are so, I mean, Christmassy, just fun. I really love that. I love the new gray. It's a very nice subtle color. So here's the thing with the kitchen towels, why they're great. Okay. Besides they come in great colors. These will absorb about 2 cups of water. So sometimes if we were in person, which I miss people, but if you're in person, you got like the Pampered Chef bowl, I'll fill it with 2 cups of water. I can put this in there and absorb all that water. Then obviously wring this out. If I wring it all out, when it's wet, the towel actually works better than when it's bone dry. So I can do all the kitchen dinner dishes. It used to be every towel my mom owned was sopping wet. We were chucking them, in the middle of cleanup on the washing machine. Now I've done a whole family of 24. My brother and I years ago, both of us were the dryers. We each had just one towel, did all the dishes, and then I just hung it over the sink. The next day I came down, it was dried, used it the next day. That never would have happened. Yeah.
So when I helped cater pre-COVID around Christmas time and Easter with somebody, and this is a lady, a family that they bring out all of their china, all of their stemware. And I would actually bring 2 of the towels with me because we had to hand wash all of those dishes after. So I would bring it with so we didn't have to use all of the bar towels that the person that was catering, she would bring those. And it's like, nope, I'm going to bring my H2O towels.
Yeah, and it's true.
Just bring them out and do, all the stemware and everything, china, fine china.
Awesome.
It was very nice.
100%. I love that story. And it's true. They do a better job. They're not leaving the big smears. And I tell people, instead of a drawer full of old towels with faded barns and they're ratty, donate them to a clothing drive that's doing rags, and you only really need 2 towels. I have one hanging up, and I usually have one that it's washing and it's air drying. That's all you really need. I have had a couple extra because of the colors might discontinue, and I've just kept them. I literally have them in my laundry room, and I never even get there. I just always use the same 2. I love them. They're great. And they feel nice too. They're pretty. They hang well. I love them. Okay.
It's amazing the way, even though they're wet, they still keep drying.
It actually works better. So if you've dumped a thing of milk on the ground, if you throw the towel on top of it, it'll just sit there. So you actually have to step on it and press on it. And as you do, it'll absorb, I can't remember, it's 7 times its weight or something. It'll absorb all that liquid. Right. So it actually works better when it's wet.
Same with the bath towels. I love
the bath towels. Let's jump to the bath towels because the bath towels are actually part of our special. I'll be sharing this flyer and Patty will have a copy too in case you're not in the Facebook group, but be on the Facebook group. Our towel line, this color is way prettier than it is on me. Look at it on the navy. I love this, but I love these colors. The bath towels are made to last for years. Same thing. I've had my same ones for 9 years. They have different styles, different textures for different people, because some people don't like the microfiber. The men tend to like the flatter weave, and we have a couple towels called the Mosaic and the Exceptional that are more of a flat, super absorbent, very small when you roll it up, which I love because I don't have a waste of a huge cabinet filled with these big rolled towels. And they're luxurious. I mean, it really is a spa experience. So this is part of the sale this month. And then also on sale are the bath mats. And these are definitely high-end, beautiful, made to last. I've had mine for 9 years. You're going to hear me say that all the time. It's got the the non-skid on one side, very plush, lots of gorgeous colors. I love these. So this is the size. They just have this one size. Hostesses now have an exclusive catalog that is just for them, and they can actually get the bath mats in, I think it might just be one color though, in 3 different sizes. So it's a smaller one, which is great for right under a sink or in an RV. And then there's a long one, which I'm so excited about because I have the big vanity. Yeah, I really like that. So I'm excited. So that's hosts only, get to shop from that catalog. One other thing that's in the host only catalog, I know, Patty, you mentioned having the dish mat. We now have our dish mat now comes in a green for hostesses. I love this color. It's an olive. It's just so pretty. But when you guys are using this dish mat, same thing. It absorbs about 2 cups of water. I only use this. This is all I have. If you feel the need, you can get like the wire basket or the expandable things for putting plates in. But this is literally all that we have. They absorb really well. They dry really quickly. I've had mine for 9 years and I'm really excited about this one though, because I'm like, ooh, it's a different color. I've had the same one for so long. And they wash up great. They hold up well. They don't have stuffing that's falling apart or wobbly. There's nothing in there to break down. Great dish mats. Another thing that's for hostesses only, not to make you feel jealous of Patty, this is our brand new dish mat that is a premium dish mat. It's square, it goes all the way to the corner. It's a little stiffer. This is a little pricier, but this is what it's great for getting half price or at a discount. And it's a true gray. It's hard to see on here, but I love this color. This is a really pretty mat.
That's so how do I wash those dish mats?
Same thing. I throw them in the a dishwasher, but only with things that are like material.
The washing machine.
Yeah. Or just throw all your microfibers like once a month.
You don't put it in the dishwasher. You put it in the washing machine.
Did I say dishwasher?
Yes.
I'm just seeing if you're listening.
Maybe. I don't know.
If you're listening, it goes in the washing machine.
Okay.
But then I just let it air dry because everything lasts better when you let it air dry. Okay, so I'm gonna jump over to laundry because we have some new stuff that's exciting this year. So our laundry soap is very concentrated. You hardly need any. If you just grab this bottle and got it, you're only gonna use about 30 milliliters. This measuring cup, grab it, it's 50 cents. It's got every product that we sell that's a liquid labeled on here. So you know it's easy to find and easy to read. 30 milliliters, that's it. You don't need very much. Everything is fragrance with organic essential oils. There's lemon and rosemary, and then lavender and orange. They both smell great. I have a feeling they will eventually get rid of these and just have our new unscented. We have an unscented option now. But here's the thing with unscented. So when you guys go and you're buying free and clear and all that kind of stuff, which I understand, I grew up sensitive to detergents, so I would try to be careful. Free and clear. Free and clear is actually not free and clear of anything. They actually, so it has a natural fragrance to it. They then add chemicals that even out so you do not smell it and neutralizes the smell. So it's not free of fragrance. They just add extra stuff. And it's actually not the safest thing to do if you are sensitive to soaps. Our new unscented truly is the soap, but it's missing our organic essential oils. Organic essential oils actually play a great part in cleaning your clothes. So with the unscented, we have 3 different fragrances that you can add. It's very subtle. It's not like it's a perfume, but these help the lemon, the orange, and also the Lang Lang and geranium, which is part of the free gift with purchase this month. Also, you can use this to help make your clothes actually clean better, but also a benefit, it gives it a nice natural clean scent. So with our soap, just to review, 2 different fragrances that you can get, or you can get the unscented and you can add your own essential oils depending on the load. Sometimes people are so sensitive to soaps, you might not add, like a brand new baby, you wouldn't add anything extra because mild is fine enough. But if you are doing like, oh my gosh, I'm doing some harder duty clothes, I want to add some more oomph to it to help it clean a little better. We also have a purifying powder, which is great for sanitizing. I know you're saying your daughter is a nurse. A lot of people like the purifying powder because they literally will take all their clothes before they go in the house, throw it in a netted bag, and then they can just throw it right in there, and it will sanitize with the purifying powder. Purifying powder also naturally brightens clothes. And then we have an Oxy Pure. So for those of you who love bleach, the Oxy Pure is like, it is amazing. I use it for soaking all my cloths maybe twice a year. They actually goes down and oxidizes and pulls out all the gunk. So you can soak your sheets, you can soak your cloths, you can soak old sports bras, anything like that, and it'll actually give it a really good clean, and it replaces bleach. Bleach really is garbage. So I really, really love that. That's another option. With our laundry, we also have a laundry ball. This ball, you can't hear it in the washing machine. It goes inside your washer, and it has ceramic beads in here. And just by the ceramic beads and the weight of it going around in your machine helps your laundry work better. So if you are using this soap, I told you only need about 30 milliliters. You actually can use less, and you could use 10 milliliters instead. So using the ball and the soap together helps you use less soap. This bottle is 32 loads by itself. You're going to get about 100 loads when you use it with the ball. So that's all this is. This is just a ball. It goes inside your machine, your washing machine, and it helps your soap work more efficient. Okay. Any soap you use, you can just use less of it, which is really great. Jumping, I'm going to talk, we're almost done. I'm going to talk briefly about personal care. I mentioned to you before that I have a friend who would use her cloth and not wash it really well, and it was always ick. This is what I love. This is what I was talking about. These are our cloths. We have a couple different options. The cleansing glove. It's a soft microfiber. It's meant for your skin. This one, it just fits really handy like this. It's really easy to use. Great even for little kids. We have a brand new grandbaby. I can scrub the heck out of that little thing. And it gently cleans your face. So if just every day, like I have no makeup on, my lashes are fake. So if I just wanted to clean, I didn't want to say I have no makeup on, and then I'm sitting here with lashes on. If I'm cleaning my skin, it will just remove all the dirt, the plug pores, the bacteria, any of that. And then if I have on mascara, eye makeup, it is so cool. I can wipe my eyes with this gently, and it will just be black, like where it's taken off the makeup. I know the girls have used this too. One of my favorite things. This is a great Christmas gift. You can buy it in a set of 2, which is great because when you buy it in a set of 2, it comes with a mini Netapure bar, which is great for traveling. Just a good Christmas gift. It comes in the glove form or a cloth form, and it comes in teal or this neon. They call it neon. It's just a bright, happy little orange. There's also in there, when you go on there, the exfoliating cloth. This is more for oilier skin. So teenage boys, men, they like this one a little bit better. Or if you have, really oily skin, this is something without drying it out too much. So with the personal care line, we also have something that's brand new this year. We used to have roll-on natural deodorant. We now have switched to a solid. It will come, this is only half a dose, but I love this. I love the smell. This is back to kind of old school, the solid deodorant. You put it on your hand, warm it up a little bit with your fingers, and then apply it. I like it because it doesn't have that green. You ever put on like a solid deodorant and then later you feel, and you can feel it there. If you shower, you can still feel it on your armpit. This comes off nicely. There's unscented or there's a slight fragrance, and it does have a slight bit of patchouli, but it's not like the freaky weird patchouli you're thinking. It's actually a natural, it helps fight odors and bacteria. So I love it. It's great. And it's great that it comes in the tin. You guys can travel. You don't have to worry about roll-on deodorant of any kind. Another thing that I love the whole earth thing, because toothpaste tubes are literally all over dumpsters. There's just toothpaste tubes everywhere. If you think about how many toothpaste tubes your family uses just alone, then compound that by every person on the planet. So a new thing that's really trending right now is toothpaste tablets. So I know, I'm so excited.
So excited. I've been looking for some.
Yay, good. I
Never heard of this.
see all the cool people. So it's such a big deal because I grew up, my parents never recycled. They just didn't. They burned anything that wasn't nailed down, that or took it to the dump, right? So Patty's laughing at me. But I know, because I remember him talking about my sister, the hippie, the yuppie. It always made me laugh. And we are such big recyclers and trying to just make and lessen our footprint. But also, let's be honest, you guys, my garbage cans get full so fast. Those cans nowadays are so tiny that they give you for the garbage man. So it's great to be able to lessen what I'm putting outside in the garbage. So I love these tablets. It comes in a glass jar and it's really cute. It's got a little picture here on the top. There's two different fragrance scents, flavors. There's a sweet and a fresh. The fresh is not like, whoa, that was like, I can't handle it. It's more of a subtle. Sweet is a little more delicate if you are concerned. You literally pop one in your mouth, or they break in half very easily just to do a half of one. So you just pop it in your mouth, you kind of bite it just for a second, wet your toothbrush, and just brush your teeth like normal. Coolest thing, you guys. I mean, really.
Does it suds up, or do you
do this like your dish soap in your dish rag?
okay?
Yeah, it is. It does have it. It does foam, but it's not like a rabid foam, because usually same thing. They add chemicals to your toothbrush, your shampoos, all that. They add the sulfate stuff in there to make it sudsy. And you think that that's doing a job. That doesn't matter. What matters is actually this is naturally adjusting the pH of your mouth, which is what you need to clean. I have a girl that I work with on my team who's an oral hygienist. She was like stoked. She's like, this is the coolest thing. These are really great. And she actually did a whole training, which is way over my head, on it, about how beneficial these are for your mouth and what it does in taking care of your teeth, which I am fanatical, you guys. I want to have my teeth as long as possible. What's really neat.
Does it have fluoride?
No fluoride, which actually is, I know it's kind of a controversial thing, but we get fluoride naturally in so many other ways that, especially in this time of our lives, that's not really what you're needing. What's more important is adjusting the pH of your mouth to have it be clean. And because usually a lot of times it strips so much from your mouth, and that's why you wake up in the morning, you're just like, you actually have a worse breath because you have stripped all of this from your mouth, and your mouth is trying to, to fix it. So definitely something worth trying, kind of fun, great to travel with at the very least. I believe if you spend $200, you get this full bottle plus an extra refill is the free gift. So you could get that whole, so it's an empty jar and two of these. So when you guys buy this, the next time you purchase, you just get the refills. You don't have to buy the whole thing because you just have this once, which I love. That's less waste. And plus it's so cute. Even if you had an extra, I just love it. So that's something different. Another thing too, I want to touch on is we do have organic essential oils. We are not, the way we do essential oils is for benefiting to helping clean, like with the laundry, or just a natural way of scenting your home. We have different diffusers, meaning, you put it in the a cold air diffusion, which vibrates. You guys have seen that, and the steam comes out the top.
Don't you have one of those, Weezer?
Huh?
Lisa has one, no?
I did.
Oh. Anyway.
Oh, no. Was it?
But I
So-
loved it.
Mom stole it.
I loved it.
The diffusers do have a tier warranty, and they have parts to them. So something like my daughter, she actually traveled to Thailand and took her diffuser with her. She came home, had it on the bathroom counter, knocked it over and broke it. I'm like, it's okay. We were able to get the new base. Our diffuser though has changed over the years. It's now a sleek gray. It's a shine to it. It doesn't have the ceramic, which is nice because it makes it a little easier to clean. We also have I love this. It's a little ceramic potpourri, and it has these little flower shapes in here. Can't really see. There you go, flowers. And you just drop essential oils into this, or you can spritz a bottle of essential oils. And I love this for like where my desk is, or maybe areas you don't want to cord, that you just want a little fragrance. And then when you want to stop it, you just put the lid on and to keep it from getting dusty. So that's an option. And then my favorite thing, I had to go to somebody's house, my upline, and she had this in the bathroom. The coolest thing. It's just, this is so dumb to be excited about, but it's a little fragrance mist. It's filled with the wheat alcohol in there. And then you just add a couple of essential oils. So when one of us went to the bathroom, because there was like 5 of us there, we were able to like spritz. Spritz. So it's like a little natural potpourri to smell really good with the essential oil. So that's kind of a cool little thing.
What's that called?
This is called the fragrance mist.
Okay.
And if you buy it, you could use technically any essential oil. I'm partial to ours because I know how much essential oils are taken advantage of. There's a lot of garbage ones out there, but I know ours are made really well. And then you can get a refill bottle. So the bottle you pour into here to top it off. So if you buy this, get the refill bottle so you don't have to worry about running out. Okay, so I kind of went over a lot of the basic stuff. There is lots of other new things. I'll be posting the catalog so you guys can see the whole thing in the Facebook group. We also have a Christmas catalog. They're not discounted per se, but it's kind of bundled, like kind of shows you ideas for you guys to look through. I'll also include the host catalog. It's only for Patty, but if anybody, we have a new program. I'm really excited about it, that if anybody decides to have their own party, because I know you guys are going to buy some stuff and then you're going to restock again because you're going to remember how much you love your stuff. Patty actually gets a half price item today. She doesn't have to wait. And then whoever does their own party, you guys get one at your party, which is kind of cool, getting something for half price right off the bat. And I'm going to be sharing the sales, the specials. One thing I did not mention that my husband just brought over to me is the all-purpose wipes. If I talked about the cloth replaces my paper towels. Some people that just grosses them out. They just want to use paper towels. Our washable paper towels are really great because they come, actually, this is 1/4 the size. They come in a big sheet. And then you just cut it if you want to. They're over 100 uses. So when you cut it in fourths, over 400 uses. And then I just wash them with a little bit of dish soap. So, and if it's a paper towel that's washable. So if you feel like throwing it away, it's okay. You don't feel bad. Like I just threw away something that cost me, $17. You can just toss it. So those all-purpose wipes are really neat, and they come in a blue and a teal. So if you like to keep them separated also for the room, but they're also great for cutting up small to use for cotton rounds. You can use them for tissues, use them for toilet paper in a pinch. It might come to that, but you'll have them, which is really great. So like I said, that was kind of a crush on stuff, on some of my favorites. We do have, which is really neat if you want to save a little bit of money, we do have collections, sets that are discounted. It's going to be in the center of the catalog. Same thing. I'll share the flyer with that, but it gives you like making sure you have the Netapure bar, the cloths, the dish soap, and all that. You kind of get a little bundle, which is a good way to kind of jump in. Does anybody have any questions or anything I didn't go over?
I don't have any questions, but I want to say a couple. I love everything that you talked about because I think, most of those. I see everybody's wearing glasses. I love the glasses, chiffonette, I guess.
Good pickup.
Mini, a little mini.
And eyeglass chiffonettes come in a 2-pack. They're about
Oh.
this big and it's black. And it's from the same material of our crystal cleaning cloth. So if you know, for fancy crystal, that's how good it is. And those are great stocking stuffers.
Yeah, I love it. I wish they were double the size, but I still love it. Love them. And I love my my doormat that I got, and thank you. And I got one for free.
You got one for free as a gift. Yeah, because you want to be my
As a
VIP
gift.
group.
Right.
Yeah.
But I love it. And actually, you know what? Because somebody mentioned it on the Facebook page, I have it at my sink now. And I don't even know why I didn't think of that, but I love it there.
The doormat grabs pet hair, dirt. It grabs the water, people coming in. It does have a slight poke feel to it. So if you wash your dishes barefoot, you might prefer the bath mat the bath one over the doormat. But what I love also about the doormat, they're easy to clean, and also you can cut them. So if you have a space maybe where the vent pops out and you know how your mat sits over the vent and it ruins it, you can actually cut it around the mat, which is pretty cool.
And those you can throw in the washing machine, right? I mean,
You can put in the washing machine. I found it easier just to hang it over the railing and hose it down if it was something, like the dog, because the poor dog, the lab, tries to make it outside and she always throws up on the doormat. I just go outside and hose it down. Bless her little heart.
So to clean that mat though too, I love the broom.
Oh.
And I got
my gosh,
I got my mom a broom, and she loves it. They call it like the magic broom. They're just
Funny.
I was so distracted by the spider. It really threw me for a loop. I forgot to mention the brooms. And Lisa's right. The broom is one of the best things. Life-changing, literally, and the mop. How could I not even talk about that? The broom, when she's saying that it's magic, it actually has these V-shaped bristles that lift and pull. They don't just rely on static across the surface, they lift and pull. So you can use the broom systems on carpet, on the doormat, outside. It's glass. I've broken a bottle of wine. I could just sweep it up. The pine needles, any of that pet hair, it just brings it out of the surface. We have a couple different options. This is the Ladybug, great gift giving. She's for lint and pet hair. So if you ever stood up,
broom.
She has a very small broom, but she's great for, like, it replaces the lint roller. And then when it's filled with hair, you just go like this and rinse it if you need to. The next size is the hand broom, a little bit larger. This is great for people. I know it's for left and righties. This is great for stairs. I can do whole entire puppies with the amount of hair I can pick off this. I'll share a video of this in the group page. And then same thing, it's got those little V-shaped bristles. And then there's the full size broom that Lisa was talking about, and it's got an adjustable handle. So it's comfortable. You don't have a hurt back cleaning floors.
And you can get all the snow off your windshield too with the other side of it if you need to.
Yep, there's a squeegee on the full size broom too. I'll be sharing all that in the group this weekend. And then of course our mop. I can't even do it over video. I will share a video of the mop that shows how it works because it's worth looking at. Water goes inside the pole, so it's always ready to go. We have different mop heads for different jobs. This one's a dusting, it's just like a push broom. But you just use water. You do not use any other chemical. If you feel the need where you have to spray for some reason, you can just spritz the floor with a little bit of all-purpose spray. But the mop heads actually remove bacteria, 99.99% of bacteria from the surfaces. In Europe, they have contracts with hospitals, operating rooms. In their case, because it's open heart surgery, they'll throw the mop head away afterwards. But you guys aren't doing that. So you could just wash them. And I love our mop. It is the most expensive thing that we have. Usually people get it as a hostess, but it's got a 2-year warranty. Makes life so much easier. There's 2 different options. So it depends on which you're really looking for, but a mop for life, it really is. Yeah. Thank you, Lisa.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So if I'm washing a lot of my products and If I happen to not use the H2O products to wash them, are they still as efficient?
Correct. So only, that's a good question, because I know maybe our soap's not for everybody. So I totally get that. The only thing you need to watch out for is usually people like their bath towels. They're like, my bath towels just always stink. It's usually from the detergent you're using, and it's detergent. It's not usually a soap. It's detergent you're using. They add so much stuff to it, where it's not as effective. So just be aware that that could happen. But you definitely can. You could use the only thing I would.
I'm using the strips now. I'm using the the waste free or what the strips.
Yeah. It's just something to work out for. And also too, if you are prone to your family, you're being careful with cancer, things like that, really make sure you're looking at your ingredient lists, because like I said, in the US, they can say whatever the heck they want on their bottles. And 1,4-dioxane is something that's in a lot of detergents. It's a cancer causing agent. So it's, even if something says it's natural or it's touted or it has essential oils, doesn't mean it's always the best. But there are lots of great soaps out there too. So if you have something you already love, go with what you love. Just be careful with, if you're still having problems, it's probably the detergent. And then also avoid fabric softener, you guys, quit using it. And then I would stick to Netapure for cleaning your cloths, really would be the best way, because then you know what's happening there, is what I recommend. Any other questions?
I can't imagine using the Netapure to clean a cloth or a chiffonette that I have cleaned the floor with and then wiped the counter with it.
Well, I personally, like I said, I would clean the cleanest place first.
Right. Not in the one fell swoop, but
yes,
do a dirty job and wash it and put it away. Come back later. Oh, I'm wiping down the counter.
Yeah. Well, and that's what's nice. You can, and I do a pretty good job hand washing that cloth. But okay, if I have wiped down the pee underneath the toilet, those are the ones I usually end up throwing into the laundry net and put in the wash machine. Just be on the safe side.
Okay, that's what I would feel more comfortable.
Yeah, and I don't want people to feel like they have to buy a ton of cloths, because you really very quickly will end up with them if you're buying the clay, because every single time you buy the clay, you're going to get that clay kit. So you're getting, the multi-duty and the clay. So you're going to end up with a lot of these over time.
Yeah. So Patty, I'd use one for that real icky stuff, like say gray, and then I'd probably have one in my kitchen.
All right. I use the
clean up pee on the floor and then wipe my counter. I don't care how clean
the bathroom.
Yeah, I would just have them for different, like one in the bathroom, one in the kitchen.
Yeah. And that's what's nice about the color coding, is if that's your thing, it's nice to know the gray cloth is in this room, the turquoise ones are for the bathroom. And I usually tell people, overall, it's best to have a set of cloths per floor, or at least per sink. So if you have a bathroom, a kitchen, upstairs bathroom, it's kind of nice just having it, especially like my daughter, she's like, I just want to wipe down the counter real quick. Well, it's just nice having her own set in the bathroom. She doesn't have to go look for a cloth.
Right.
But there's no reason to ever have technically a dirty surface or a dirty mirror. Like, it just takes, I literally.
What if I run out of energy? I have plenty of towels, but I have no energy.
Well, no one's coming over, so we're good. There's nobody coming over to the house. Yeah, no,
that's my problem. I have 2 years of cleanup to do.
My daughter is bringing her someday, maybe, hopefully, future mother-in-law for Thanksgiving this year, and I'm like, oh, I gotta have to clean. there's a lot of, it's been a while, but it's nice that you also, though, we've all had that time, right, where you haven't cleaned for a while. You're like, okay, I'm gonna bust it out. I have friends who clean homes that when they would go and clean other people's homes and do such a great job, they would come home exhausted. They would come home, their throat would ache, their lungs would hurt, and she actually would be on the couch through the next day not feeling good.
Yeah.
You don't have that with H2O at home. The clay, you can actually give this to a child and be like, hey, we're going to take a bath. Let's clean the tub. It's safe. It's natural. It's, you know, get a little on your finger. It's clay. So it doesn't taste good, but it's clay. I mean, it's, so when I'm taking a shower and I'm in there anyway, like I'll have ours up on the lip. I just feel like, oh, that looks like it needs it. And I'm in there anyway, but I don't have to open a window. I don't have to turn on a fan. I don't have to tell people, oh, don't come in here, I'm cleaning, and I'm not getting the headache.
Right.
So that's the perk. That's a perk.
That's my safety moment.
You're in there, and well, that's just, and I think too, putting the products where you see them.
Mhm.
I mean,
Okay. Oops, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, like if the Netapure bar is right next to the sink, when I go to rinse my cloth off, it's easy just to grab it real quick, do this, it takes seconds. If the glass cloth is it's so pretty. If this is hanging next to my hand towel in the bathroom, when I brush my teeth and splatter, I just literally do this real quick. I don't use paper towels. I haven't used them in years, but having these, you can, wherever they went, I stuck them somewhere. I see it.
They're on your other shoulder.
my screen is backwards, so it's backwards. But you can put these in a little tissue box, a pop-up tissue box, and it's just easy to grab and wipe the counter if that's your
I have actually noticed with that. I used it one time. I have those silicone bags now. I'm trying to use those more than, you know, just the disposable plastic bags.
Good.
But clean vegetables or herbs and stuff, say some cilantro. I'll clean it and I'll put that in with it, like wrap it around it and put it in one of those bags, and it has lasted a lot longer.
I love that.
Right.
I love that. You should send me I want to see a picture of that. I love those portable all-purpose wipes. They are just, and my daughter, she's the cook in my family. So like the patting of the meat and patting of the chicken, like we skip those steps because we're lazy. But they work really well, you know, because sometimes when you grab a paper towel or a napkin, it falls apart as you're patting meat, and it doesn't happen with that. So yeah, go ahead.
The eyeglass chiffonette.
Good
Are
job.
they, I mean, my glasses are constantly dirty. So do they come smaller than the one I'd use in the bathroom?
Mhm.
I'll look in the catalog.
It's about this big.
Okay.
Lisa thinks they should be bigger. It's a nice small size, one for your purse, one for your, if it's in your eyeglass case. It's black, which is nice. I then just take either a little of our dish soap or a little Netapure on my fingers to kind of rinse it and clean it every once in a while.
You just get one?
It comes in a two pack.
Okay.
That's it right there.
Oh, there it is.
It's used and abused. You can see it
Okay.
next to my glasses.
Believe me, I need it.
And it's great
Okay.
for your phone, your tablet, Kindle, all
Okay.
that stuff.
Love it.
And if you feel the need, like on my phone, I'll kind of do a little hot breath on there to kind of help it get all the fingerprints and
Okay.
stuff off. Great for keep one in the car too.
I want my daughter to watch you tomorrow. Somebody tell me how I do this.
Okay, so make sure, is she in the group?
No,
No.
Okay.
I can send it to her though, or you can
Yes.
send it.
Are you on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Patty's gonna send you the link so you can join the group. Because we just chatted yesterday, there's not a lot of stuff in there, but this weekend I will be posting a few of the videos so you can see the broom, how it works in action. She might appreciate that more than listen to me ramble. But I really love this stuff. I mean, I have not gone back.
No, I know my daughter will.
Yeah, it's just a way of life. And I like when everybody freaked out about paper towels and cleaning supplies, I'm like, I have everything here. I don't worry about it. And I know because of the testing we've done that they do such a good job. I really think it's keeping our family safe when we need to. But we're also not, like, I'm the type of person, I never really use hand sanitizer. I mean, I wash my hands a lot. And now I'm the type of person, everywhere we're going, I'm putting on hand sanitizer. So I know we're trying to overcompensate in so many ways that I think with the cleaning, people were, they're just using all these chemicals and that's in the air all the time. And it's not necessary and it's not needed. And also products at the store are created in such a way that you have to come back, and you are coming back a lot. So it's watered down or it's not very concentrated. Having really concentrated soaps, the shower gels are amazing. They are very concentrated, last a long time. You're not having to come back and buy something every month. If you are reaching out to me every month for the same product, you're doing something wrong. They're made to last. And like I said, even the cleaning cloths, I mean, that's ridiculous that they're lasting like 10 years. So it's taking good care of them. Yeah. So I will be sharing. So I'll be sharing the recording. Feel free to add. But we're closing. We are closing on Monday, Tuesday.
I think it was Tuesday, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep. So if you want to go on, you can actually add items to the cart. When you're ready to check out, just shoot me a message on the site and say I'm ready to check out, and then I will help you pick your free gift if you qualify, and then I send you an invoice, which is awesome. And when you are shipping, ordering shipping, if you're not near Patty, you can do direct. Please do not pick postal. It is an option on there, but the post office has enough issues. They do not need to, they take a little longer. So please pick FedEx, but you can do direct or directly to Patty.
Okay.
And so you're going to send me a link, or I find you on Facebook.
Patty's going to send you a Facebook group.
Okay.
Patty, I'm going to send it to you so you can copy and paste and send it to her.
I thought I already sent it to you, but I'll check it out.
You probably did.
Okay. Your daughter will find it and then call me if it's not there.
Yeah, and then it's great because then she can leave videos. And if you have any questions, you can just post them in that group. And I can like, hey, what about dogs? I mean, because we have a great bar soap for dogs for natural, flea stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff we didn't even talk about.
You do? Okay.
Yes, and there's their own gant de toilette for the dog.
We actually were given a kitten that had fleas and I didn't know it till the next day. It is a great flea fighter, but it doesn't mess with their pH. It's very natural. I love it for our lab. I've taken her other places and I swear she comes back feeling dirty. With our bar, she just feels clean without stripping the oils. I love it. So yeah.
Have Tara use that. You had a question, Weezer.
Soap.
I do. I have a question.
What?
So I drive a school bus,
Mhm.
and they actually, so between each route, we're spraying down in there, and then we're wiping down with, I don't know what. But well, actually, like after talking to you, like during the pandemic in the very beginning and stuff like that, and you're like, look at the labels. It's supposed to sit there for at least 10 minutes.
I didn't even mention that. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So like usually I'll like spray stuff down, wait, and then I wipe some of it down a little bit. But my question is, if I have those towels, the chiffonette, I could just wipe it down with that and it would do the job. But the thing is, like, some of them, I have 3 schools, so I would have to do it like 3 times when I need 3 different towels per day.
I would have 3 different towels per day. What I have with people, usually they do, people that clean homes, they have a Tupperware container with a little bit of purifying of Oxy Pure in it. And when they go to the next house, they just pour hot water in there and then just let the cloth soak. That's what they've done. So technically you could. I think it's just easier to bring 3 cloths and a zippy bag to put the dirty one in, that's what I would do. It's hard with kids. I personally feel the cloth really does do a good job, but you are probably dealing with kids who actively are passing COVID. So I probably would still lightly mist. I would start from front to back, lightly mist, and then go back to the front, because that's about 5 minutes, and then just wipe everything down with the damp cloth.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna, I'll use their
stuff because it's free.
Yeah.
But you could do that. But the cloth, you could definitely get away with just using the cloth. It really does remove 99.999. And if you, like I said, if you're watching the TV, the things that they're showing, Lysol, Clorox, all these companies, it's always 99.9. Even the hand sanitizers, only 99.9. They're not
on there for at least 10 minutes wet, right?
If you are doing any of those sprays, and Clorox wipes, it says on the back to let it set on the surface 5 to 15 minutes wet. There's no way to take a Clorox wipe and wipe a surface and have it be wet for that long. So when you are going to the grocery store, I still vote, if you're conscious of it and you're aware and you're worried, wipe it down still, but it's not killing the way you think it is. So don't lick the bar.
No licking.
No licking. But I mean, I think it's this weird thing because germs are also healthy. Bacteria is healthy. We just don't want the bad bacteria, and that's what's happening because people are gross. They're not being careful. So just make sure you are being careful. I mean, I personally, especially when things were really at the beginning, we didn't know, I would just take my cloth and go to the grocery store and just wipe down the handle because I knew it was taking it off. Then I threw this in a plastic bag. And then when I went home, I washed it. I'd rather do that than the Clorox wipes, which don't do.
Yeah, so probably if I had 3 of those multi-purpose ones and I brought those, and most likely if I wiped everything down with those, brought them home and washed it, it would probably be doing a better job or just as good as the stuff they're giving us at the...
Better, I would say better. And then you're also not putting, I mean, unless you're opening up every window on the bus to let it air out.
We have to drive with all our windows open and
That makes me, I'm glad.
hatches open. I have my fans on, like blow all those chemicals back to you guys.
They're not your kids.
The germs.
Oh my gosh.
I appreciate you. That's a hard job. And so I know parents are very glad to have people willing to do all that. So thank you.
Well, I hope they don't see that you're not using their products and then they're going to mark you down in your performance evaluation. And then they're
I will tell you, so we actually do, we have the MDS, the reports, things like that, because I've had daycares, because with daycares, you have to soak all the toys in bleach. And all this stuff, and which is ridiculous. It's more dangerous for them to be keeping the bleach on the premises for a kid to get a hold of. So we've had that where we can show our stuff hits all the requirements that it passes for daycares. So definitely it's doing the job. It's doing the job. So way better, to be honest.
Well, I thank you. I'm going to sign off and I'll wait for my email.
perfect. I'll get it for you.
Text her the video. She can just click it and go. All right. Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Nice
Kim.
to meet you, Kim.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk.
All
We'll
right.
talk. I'm sure I'll have questions.
Nice seeing your
We're
face.
meeting up tomorrow at 10:30 or 11.
Okay,
Okay. See you. Bye, Kim.
bye.
Okay. I think we're done too. Mama, you're going off.
No. I was waving goodbye to her.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, what do you do?
Do you have any questions, Mama? I have your Neti Per bar.
Earlier in the day, I thought I went online and put some stuff in a basket, but now I cannot find that.
Oh shoot, I hate it when that happens.
I'm sorry. It just says owner. What's your first name?
Oh, this is my mom, Peggy.
Peggy.
Peggy. Okay, I can go see because I saw somebody else popped on here, so I can go check. And if you did, if you went on there and registered at all, you can just go back to your email. You got an email to register. So just search H2O at home in your email and it should show up.
Okay.
Peggy, yes, Peggy, I have you on here and you're 80%. So you started playing around with stuff and adding it. Do you want me to resend this to you?
An email? Is that how you would do it?
Yes, whatever. I just want to add to it. Now that I've seen your presentation, there's other things that I think I would like. And total disclosure, I cannot stand the feel of microfiber.
Oh, 100%. I know, understand that. I will say,
why?
I understand. The glass cloth for sure, you will not have that feeling. And then the knit of the multi-duty, it does not have that cheap plasticky grabbing feeling, especially when it's damp. So the first couple times dampen it and then you won't notice. You do have a 30-day return policy. If you really like, I just cannot stand this, we can return it to you. All right, Peggy, I'm gonna send you this message. It's gonna be kind of generic just because I'm just gonna send it to you.
Okay.
But then you can have that in your email, and you should be able to just grab back on there, and it's going to say you're already registered. Let me know if you have a problem with it.
Okay,
It's
great.
brand. This is a brand new to me too. So send. Okay, just email that to you. But also, if you do not want to, you can just PM me, and I can add things manually also to that. If you don't want to
message.
yeah, if you don't want to play around.
Okay.
What did you say? You have to say messenger?
She said, you can just PM me. And I said, Mom, that's personally message.
I'm here to keep it all the slang.
I'm learning, I'm just not that fast at it.
And it changes all the time. It doesn't matter. You're going to learn one thing and they'll call it something else next week. So no worries. I
Okay,
appreciate you.
Okay, thank you.
I appreciate her too.
Thank you.
All
honey.
right. Is that
Okay,
it?
Yeah,
That's
unless
thank
Patty, do you have any other questions?
No, we're good.
be fun.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I appreciate you guys. Talk to you later. I'm going to go make dinner.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
wow.
That's how we roll.
All right. That's how we roll.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
See
Bye,
ya.
Lisa.
Bye, Weezer.
Bye, Patty.
Bye.
Bye, Patty Poo.
I want a nickname.
Ah! We'll have to think that up.
Be nice. Be nice. It's been a
Of course
rough.
it'd be nice.
All right. Bye, guys.